Hey, everybody. Welcome to this special edition of Hangout with Josh. I just decided that's what it's called. And I'm hanging out today with my friend Heather Fleece. Heather, how are you?
Hey, hi Joshy, good to see you.
Great to have you aboard today.
Thank you.
I just love hanging out with you. You are a bundle of energy, even though where you live, it's snowing outside, and where I live, it's bright and sunny.
Right where we want to be. I would not want to be where you are.
So true. You hate the sun. That's true.
Well,
Uh,
I don't hate the sun. I love to be tan, but I hate to be hot. So there's always a tension point.
that's fair. That's totally fair.
Yeah.
I do like seasons. We don't have them here in Southern California.
I know. You
Uh,
used to in Wisconsin.
Yeah, those were the days.
Yeah.
Hey, here's the deal. You are a junior high pastor, same church for 1 million years. Is
Close
that
to
right?
that. Yeah.
Since the time of the dinosaurs, you were here.
It's the
And
1900s. Yes.
exactly, since way back in the 1900s. And I also do junior high ministry, and you are one of our featured speakers. This is your sixth time
It's
at
true.
the National Day of Volunteer Youth Ministry Training coming up in the fall. And welcome back, first of all.
Thank you. Thank
You know what
you.
happened? You weren't in last year's number
Yep.
6, and the outcry was
Yes.
so loud.
Yes. Yes.
People said, "Bring back Heather. She's the most
Yeah.
inspiring, wonderful person that has ever been."
I
And
think
you're
there were
back.
lobbyists at the Capitol, petitions all across America. Glad
Yeah,
they got to you.
it felt like you had paid lobbyists, and we were like, "Fine, we'll bring her back." Heather, tell me a little bit about your ministry experience. Is it 30, almost 30 years at your church for real?
Just celebrated 29.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness!
In junior high
Uh,
ministry at the same church.
How? How?
Yeah,
How is that possible?
I
Give
tell
us your
you,
secrets.
truly, I don't mean this to be like cliche, but it is a supernatural love that God has given me for junior hires. So here's the deal. I I always liked kids. I guess when I was growing up, I worked at Vacation Bible School and all that kind of stuff. But I went to Trout Lake Camp, which is in northern Minnesota, as a camper. And I just could not wait until I got to be a counselor, because it was just, counselors are so cool. And I loved all my counselors. And I thought, wouldn't that be fun? And so the summer after my 9th grade year, I got to volunteer for the first time to be a CIT, a counselor in training. So I go up to
Okay.
camp, super excited to like be mentored by somebody and like learn all the ropes. And I got there and they were short of counselors. I'm 15 years old and they say, "Hey, just kidding. You're going to lead Sequoia
Upgrade.
Cabot." And
Upgrade.
there are 14, 11-year-old girls. So
Wow.
literally, there I am. I'm 15 years old and I've got 14, 11-year-old girls. And Josh, we had a cabin dance. We had a cabin cheer. It was amazing. And literally,
Wow.
I was like, the Lord was fashioning my love for junior hires. And I had no idea this is what I was going to be doing.
And you've never looked back. That was the start of something beautiful and amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
For those of you listening, you love hearing Heather's voice. But for those of you that are getting to watch clips of this, I just saw there's Tiggers in the background.
Yeah.
There was a gigantic dog in the background.
Yeah.
There
There's
was
one.
a lot. If you're listening, you are not appreciating all of the fullness of this interview. I'm just saying, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Remember when we first started with like Zoom and stuff, and you were supposed to have like a clear background and like not distracting? Yeah, forget it.
And same with me. I just bring Star Wars to the table too. So
There you
behind
go.
me, it feels like we're doing like an audio podcast for a blind person, right? If you can't hear it, we'll describe what's here. I got Star Wars everywhere. She's got Winnie the Pooh everywhere,
Mhm.
and dogs. I don't
And
have any dogs. Anyhow,
And a fresh perm.
that's
Josh,
true.
Fresh perm.
High and
Yeah.
tight. You look great, by the way. You have been doing junior high ministry, and I share that love as well. I think
Yeah.
I was a little late to the party. I started in high school ministry
Oh,
for
okay.
whatever 25 years, and now I love junior high ministry. It's so fun.
Purgatory, right?
It's so easy. It's so good. It's so
Yeah.
important. It's the best. But they are crazy. So what's your pro tip to like deal with the crazy? Like, how do you like
Yeah.
if a volunteer is listening today and they're like, my kids are out of control, my kids are
Yeah.
bonkers. Is there something that you do besides like a good strong elbow?
Or a hug. I just
Exactly.
squeeze it out of
I like
them.
that. Squeeze
till
it
they-
out of them.
till
That's
they
good.
pass out. Yeah.
A controlling hug, like
I-
you will be good.
I've got a couple things that I practice and that I teach my leaders all the time. First of all, is that you stay right here, Josh.
I
So
like that.
like this is where the kids are.
Yep.
But as the adult, you just stay right here. Like you just stay steady, you stay consistent. Some days they're
Be
gonna love
the
you.
adult. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
be the adult. Yeah, be the leader, not the friend. I say they've got plenty of friends, They need more champions. They need more leaders. They need more counselors. They need more mentors. That's what they need. And so just stay here, right? And let the crazy, but that's okay. And it's not that you can't be crazy, right? But you do need to be the leader. That's the deal. And they need structure. Kids long for structure. And I know they would not be able to articulate that. They probably couldn't identify it, but they thrive in structure. And so I love to say that I love to have a platform to dance on. Like I love to be crazy and dance and woo, but I've got to know what's coming up next. I got to know that the McDonald's has been called before we get there. I got to know, when we're stopping and who's my bus driver and all those kind of things.
Yep.
But we got to get them some structure. And then within that, just have so much fun, but there's got to be some structure. And then the other thing I would say is you've got to have a serious voice. So I think my kids could tell you when Heather changes to her serious voice.
They know Heather and Heather.
Yes, that's exactly right. I think my eyebrows change. I think my tone changes, but I am a really fun person and I am excitable and I'm crazy as well. But when I need to, they know. And they're like, oh, okay, no, okay. This is, we're switching the gears now. And
exactly.
It's okay. It's okay to have that. It's okay to have a serious voice.
I do something similar. It's called turning the corner. Like I'm down to party, but when I turn the corner, you're turning with me. And
yes.
We're all in the same row here. Let's go. Yeah. I love it.
And they'll respect you more, Josh.
Yeah,
and don't you find that they want to follow you? They want to, I don't want to say they want to be called out, but I tell my kids all the time, you're capable of so much more than people give you credit for.
Yeah.
And I'm going to treat you like that. And they rise to the occasion.
It's so true. I do think that our culture today thinks so little of teenagers, especially preteens, that whole age right there. Yep. So raise the bar a little bit and watch them rise to the occasion. Yes. I could totally agree. Good word. Hey, you've done youth ministry for a long time. You have used the National Day of Volunteer Youth Ministry Training that you're speaking at this year.
Yes.
You've used it in your church. How has that gone for you? When you press play and speakers and fun and bits and jokes and training comes at your people, is it a good thing, a bad thing? How's it work for you?
Oh, it's a great thing. I mean, first of all, we can't throw our volunteers to the wolves. I mean, some of us do a training right at the kickoff of the school year, and then we don't touch base with our people again. And
we get the yes, and we're so excited that we're like, get in there.
Oh, we give them a good binder. I give them a good binder with a lot of policies in them, and they love that. But I've got to check in with them. I've got to fuel them up. I've got to equip them, right? So yes, we love using the National Day. I will say it's slightly awkward for 10 minutes because I'm on the screen.
Intro yourself.
And I'm like taking notes. I'm like, wow, that's really a great point. Yeah. No. But,
this woman is so wise. Oh my. I just feel inspired today.
Everyone listening, I wish she could be a part of our
For what it's worth, in my youth group, same thing. I just like hide my head during my part. I'm like, I'm this.
Yeah.
But I am really proud of it because it is like the highest quality thing in youth ministry.
Yeah.
It's totally pro level training. It's so much more than like a talking head. Like it's incredible the work that goes into it. But I mean, you're also the star, and it's weird, right?
Well, let me fuss all over you, like my dad would say, and you're not paying me to do this. It is so well done. I would not do this out of obligation to you. I mean, I love you, but I would not do it out of obligation.
Not that much. Got it.
I tell my people all the time, I'm not going to waste your time. When you come to a training, we're going to make it worth your while. And so, of course, we have, we're told we don't have to, but we have bagels and we have snacks and we have bananas and coffee and Mountain Dew and all those things. But what comes up on the screen is so engaging. It's short enough that they're with you the whole time, but it's extensive enough so you can take a deep dive. I love the variations of topics. My people are in love with Marco. My girl Anita is like, oh, is Marco on this? Oh, and I mean, just so many of the different perspectives that people offer. And here's the deal, Josh, I want my people to have different voices. I want them to hear different voices. They hear me all the time. And it's important that I speak according to our context, right? But man, I love it. And I especially love it when somebody says something that I say and they say, and then my people are like, oh yeah, you say that all the time. I'm like, yeah.
my people, they always go, that was so good. And I always think to myself, I say that all the time. It was also good when I said it. All right. not just these other yahoos.
Yeah. But with
I
a
love it.
different voice and a
Yeah,
different
it
words,
hits. It
it's so
hits.
great. And
Oh,
so
I
it
love it.
goes by so fast. And then I do something even more amazing because I'm amazing, is I take my leaders out for lunch after. So
Ooh,
we go
so
to a
smart.
local place and we just
That's
celebrate
fun.
and talk about what we heard and what we want to take away.
Amazing.
So
So
double
good.
thumbs
I
up.
love it. Well, you take it to the next level. The National Day is literally like plug and play, like literally
Yeah.
welcome everybody, just press play.
Yeah.
But when you add like brownies or bagels or coffee or lunch after, what a great idea. It changes the game. And so we're really excited to have you this year. What are you teaching on this year? So this is your, what to do, a 6 out of 7. Sorry about last year. That's on Doug, not on
Well,
me.
it's called unconfessed sin. And it
What?
says in 1 John 1:9, if you
He's
confess it,
faithful.
he's
He
faithful
is
and just.
just. Will forgive our sins.
I mean, I'm going to talk about how you can walk junior hires through one of the hardest topics is sex in the end times. And so we're going to just delve into.
To
Wait,
be honest,
what about
I've
the
had
end
some
times?
questions. I've had some
What
questions
sex?
too, so
Is
I'll
there
be
sex
tuning
in
in.
the end times?
I'm thinking yes, but I have no biblical basis for that. Maybe it's more of a hope.
I was going to say you're hoping. That's exactly what I was going to say. That's for next year if I get
Okay,
invited.
okay.
But
That's year
no,
8. What's year
no.
7? What's your 7?
I'm just so adamant that we have to be the generation that changes things in the church. Josh, I'm a little older than you, but I grew up and what I experienced is that everybody in the church seemed to have it all together. All the adults that led, they all had these amazing testimonies and they were so sanctified. And I never felt like I could relate to them. And I just think to have us be authentic as adults in their world who can say, I'm sorry, who can say I've screwed up, who can be tangible, living examples of God's restoration and his redemption is so important, right? And it's sharing our authenticity. It's modeling that. But man,
this generation, also true. It's so true.
Yeah,
this generation though responds to authenticity.
Absolutely.
So if you're not, if you try the old playbook of fake and kind of we have holier than thou, your message will fall on deaf ears. Yeah.
Yes.
So tell me the limits. It feels like there might be a little like a butt coming there, right?
Well, I call it.
Save it for the show. Save it for the show. Save it for National Day. You know what? Don't tell us. We're going to leave it right there.
Look at
it's
that
like
teaser.
a teaser. But be authentic is a good takeaway. But Heather's going to tell us a lot more during the National Day. How about that?
Yeah, because you want to stay on the team, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to be put in prison. You don't want an article to be written about you.
True.
There are some guidelines, and
so good.
And I'm excited to explore that with everybody.
I love it. We're stoked to have you back. If you're interested in the National Day, go to trainmyvolunteers.com, and there's a kids ministry version, a youth ministry version that Heather's going to be a part of, and so much more. It's going to train like 20,000 youth workers, 20,000 children's ministry workers. It's off to an amazing start. So go check it out. Price goes up soon. I think the end of the month. So make sure you get in now while it's a little cheaper for your youth budget as well. Heather, before you go though, give me I know you don't have it all together because you're so authentic, right?
Yes.
But what's one thing that you've done to encourage your volunteers? Like just what's a funny note or a funny gift or something very memorable that a volunteer was like, thank you for caring for me. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for ministering to me. Because that's a big part of it. We just got to care for our volunteers, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So give me one winning idea.
Well, mine always seem to go around food, but every quarter we have a staff birthday party. So I call them my volunteer staff because I think there's so much more than volunteers. But let's say we are going to celebrate January through April. So if your birthday is January through April, we're going to Old Chicago. It's one of my favorite deep dish chocolate chip cookies here in Minnesota. Right? And if you come and it's your birthday in those months, then I pay for anything that you get. It's my treat. If it's not your birthday, please come with us and you're just paying for yourself. And we have like 70% of our leaders come. We do it after a Wednesday night. And like I said, it's just quarterly, but who doesn't love a free meal? Who doesn't love to be celebrated?
And celebrated, yes.
Yeah. And Josh, we've got to give our people time together because I tell my people, I run a tight ship. I tell my people, when those doors open, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to kids.
Yep.
Kids have us for an hour and a half on a Wednesday night. We don't talk to each other. but then you've got to give them spaces to talk to each other. That's why the National Day is so important. That's why this kind of thing is so important, because we're giving them spaces to just be friends and brothers and sisters in Christ.
It's such a good word. Heather, cannot wait to have you back for the National Day. Last year was a terrible mistake that my buddy Doug did it. We will never make that mistake again. We film in just a couple weeks, and you can get a preview, look at the bios of all of our speakers. If you want the youth and the children's, you can get it together as well and save some youth budget right now. Actually, I would say let the children's ministry pay for it, and then you just buy the both option. Their budgets are always bigger. Anyhow, it's not even fair.
Right. We always use their bouncy houses anyway.
Exactly. Yeah. Heather, just so you know, my birthday's in December, and I'm looking forward to going out with you and getting some old Chicago cookies, whatever.
Deep dish chocolate chip cookie. They bake it in a deep dish pizza pan.
I would almost go to Minnesota and serve in your church for that. Almost. Not quite. Almost.
Thank you.
Heather, thanks for joining us. Folks, go to trainmyvolunteers.com. Heather will be there. It's going to be amazing. We'll see you then.
See you then.